why am I at the farmer's market? Most Wednesdays I am, because I run into friends like Pam. Or I can go buy a paper from Robert, or I can go check out the local produce. A buddy of mine, Steve, grows his own over in Tolt, and he brings it over here every Wednesday from 3 to 7, every Wednesday from like middle April to like late October. There's fruit, there's honey, there's cider, there's home-baked bread, there's produce, there's corn, stuff from Yakima Valley, stuff from right here in King County.
You know, a couple times now we've had legislation involving the market. We had a bill for folks to use their food stamps here. We had a bill that allows school districts to buy their food here for the kids.
How about a bunch of these guys? What do you think? Perfect? All right. It's Seward Park. That's Lake Washington. People really strongly want open space to be preserved. And they want this lake kept clean. You remember back in the 50s, this was a cesspool. Now look, all those water lilies out there, there's fish. I fish out here. People here want a strong environmental agenda. They want the state legislature not just to preserve open space. They want strong renewable energy agenda. They want recycling. They want a clear air agenda. We want clean energy. Recently, I've been asked to help the geothermal industry to deal with their development regulations and the way they do business. More than happy to do that, because here, even though those geothermal plants won't be here, they'll provide the kind of green electricity that folks here insist on, and they want to pay a little extra for it too. You know, we put our money where our mouth is. This is the 37th district. I tell you, I'm real proud of this place. This is the Mount Baker neighborhood where I live, and there's a little cafe down there where I have my office. You know, my office. Okay. I like this. I can walk there. I bring my friends. This is Foxtrot. This is Gold in my ear, and sometimes I take them down to the cafe too. You know, the most important thing probably to know about this district is the ethnic diversity we have here. We have people who speak 40 different languages. We have a United Nations, people in Arabic dress as their day-to-day dress. We have people from the Ukraine. We have people from Somalia, Ethiopia, people from literally all over the world. And the restaurants. We've got Italian restaurants, we've got Somali restaurants, Caribbean restaurants. This is the chef. We've got Ethiopian restaurants, and we have Chinese restaurants, Thai restaurants, Hawaiian restaurants, Korean restaurants, Middle Eastern restaurants, Vietnamese restaurants, and Eritrean restaurants. And we've got fried chicken. Around here in the district, people understand that education is the key to success. At Franklin High School over here, and at Garfield, and at Rainier Beach, and some folks go to Cleveland too. People understand that education, as our former governor put it, is the great leveler, the great equalizer. And we have a couple of private schools in the district as well, but I think most parents understand, even those who send their kids to private school, that funding public schools is the key, literally, to the success of our students. We're here at ACRS. ACRS is Asian Counseling and Referral Service. Talk about institutions in this district. Used to be downtown for many years. Had a building that was built, I guess, about 10 years ago, Diane. I'm here with Diane Narasaki, its executive director. And recently, with some help from the taxpayers, moved here to the district. We're just off Martin Luther King, right near Charlestown Street. And Diane, maybe you could tell the folks a little bit more about ACRS.
Well, ACRS was founded in 1973, like all good organizations, by a handful of volunteers, and has grown since then to an organization that provides a range of behavioral health and social services and civic engagement activities to over 22,000 people a year in 30 languages.
ACRS is such an important institution in the district. Important
in the Asian Pacific Island community, but I think also certainly exerting a lot of influence here in the district. Well, now we're here at the Wing Luke Asian Museum, which is a major institution culturally in the 37th District. And we're here with one of its major sponsors and the driving force behind this new building, the Kanye building that they acquired just recently, with a little help from the taxpayers. Ron Chu is its curator, its driving force, its soul, and I think Ron's going to tell us a little bit about the Kanye building.
Well, the building itself is a historic hotel that was originally built by 200 plus Chinese laborers who came here in the early years and worked in developing this region through a number of laboring jobs. They built this place, and we decided that it would be great to remember their struggle and use this building as a centerpiece for revitalizing the neighborhood.
I really encourage people to come take a look. The things you'll find out about the Japanese Americans during the period of the incarceration, Chinese Americans as laborers, as railroad workers, and as people who had a hard time here. Filipino Americans, a wide variety of all of the Asian Pacific Island nationalities who've come to this city and made it their home.
And just so not to play favorites between Franklin and Garfield, this is Garfield High School, where we have not only one of the largest renovations in the school district's history, a much more modern and safe and clean Garfield High. We also have, in addition, the Quincy Jones Performance Center, where the Garfield High School Jazz Band and other visiting bands perform. And yes, Quincy Jones is a native son. We're here at the Medgar Evers Pool. This is part of the Garfield High School complex. This, by the way, is Bryn Houghton. Bryn is my legislative assistant, and I credit her for being the brains of the operation. It's true. It's very true. This district in southeast Seattle are part of the city's historically, how do I say it, the disenfranchised part of town. We've historically been the poor part of town. Back in the days when it was a largely Italian community over here they used to call Garlic Gulch. Till now, when I gotta be honest with you, we still have a lot of people in poverty in this district, and that has more than anything shaped my attitude towards social legislation. We had a bill, some years back, in which we dealt with the number of kids who were on TANF, that's Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. And I looked at the figures for my district. There were 6,400 and some kids in families on TANF. They come from places like this. I've taken a pretty serious stance about that kind of legislation, and I know we need more. We're never going to be done with this. But it's this part of town. This is where I live. I live about 8 blocks over. This part of town is my neighborhood. And we, all of us, have to care about our neighborhoods. We have a lot of homeless people in our district. More to the point, this is where a lot of homeless people from all over the city, all over the county, and all over the state assemble, because we have the services for them here. We have never yet completed the task of the 10-year plan to end homelessness, but we're working on it, and we take it seriously here.